Good evening, wrestling fans. Ken Resnick with you here. We are live from Las Vegas, Nevada, the Showboat Sports Pavilion. And in just 3 days, we'll be across the street. Live from Caesar's Palace, it will be the Gold Rush. But tonight, we're going to find out who's going to go and who's not. All right, good evening, wrestling fans. Ken Resnick here, and joining me in the broadcast position, the one and only Jesse the Body Ventura. And tonight, Jess, we're going to find out, you know the old saying, you win, you're in, you lose, you cruise. Well, tonight, that takes on a whole new meaning if you're going after the Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, well, no doubt about that, because what we know right now is they still haven't decided who's facing the Nasty Boys this Tuesday morning, and what we know is one thing right now. It's either going to be the Midnight Rockers or it's going to be the Midnight Express.
Indeed, that is our main event this evening. Those two teams have exchanged victories and losses, for that matter, back and forth over the last several weeks. The Midnight Express made it clear they came here to take out the Midnight Rockers, and tonight they can do that. If they're victorious in our main event, they will go on to face the Nasty Boys, and of course, the same goes for the Midnight Rockers.
Well, speaking of tag teams, right now we've got one in the ring we haven't seen a lot of as of late. They call themselves Bad Company, Paul Diamond and Pat Tanaka.
Indeed, formerly members of the Diamond Exchange, led by Diamond Dallas Page, but of course he's since moved on from them. As we take a look at their opposition, there's the man who is going to be headlining this incredible event this coming Tuesday, the AWA World Heavyweight Champion, Nick Bockwinkel, and he is accompanied to the ring by his tag team partner here tonight, Ray the Crippler Stevens.
I'm going to give Nick Bockwinkel a little bit of credit and at the same time a little bit of criticism. You know, it takes a lot of guts when you're about to defend that world title in a couple of days to get in the ring and run the risk of injury in a match you really don't need to have. But at the same point in time, that shows just how much confidence the man has.
Well, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the fact that when we talk about taking chances that you don't necessarily need to have, recently we had an event here on the Nation Network called Tuesday in Texas, and his opponent this coming Tuesday, of course, Jerry the King Lawler, he is the world-class heavyweight champion, was attacked by Kerry Von Erich, and we're not sure exactly how good Jerry Lawler is feeling right now as he heads into Tuesday.
Well, again, now Jerry Lawler, in his case, he wasn't even going up against the guy he ended up. Kerry Von Erich should have been arrested. I still don't know why he wasn't. He wasn't even on the card. Just because the guy's in the state of Texas doesn't mean you can go out there and beat the crap out of him.
No, but that's exactly what he did. Kerry Von Erich took a steel chair to Jerry Lawler and beat him senseless. It is a sign of retribution for the things that he has done to world class by taking his title or their title and running with it.
Again, you don't have to like the guy or what he's done, but the bottom line is that doesn't give you carte blanche just to go pick up a steel chair and start hitting him anytime he's in the neighborhood. But apparently the police don't have many rules that they follow in Texas. Maybe it's still the Wild West out there.
All right now, Nick Bockwinkel in the ring with Paul Diamond. And as you stated, this is not a match he had to have, but I think he wanted a match. I think he wanted to get in the ring, go through the moves, not go in on a week-long siesta, so to speak, leading into a big match like that. I think he wanted to work in some of his offense, take some bumps, and be ready to go this Tuesday. Again, we'll be right across the street here in beautiful Las Vegas. It'll be an outdoor arena setting as part of the historic Caesars Palace.
Yeah, when you talk about Caesars Palace, some of the biggest fights of all time have taken place there. Names like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson come to mind. Of course, Evel Knievel jumping the fountains. Not the most successful jump ever, but he did get over the fountains.
A lot of history at Caesars Palace and more to come as Nick Bockwinkel removes that top turnbuckle.
Well, you know what? Bockwinkel's got something in mind, and I'm pretty sure I know what it's going to be.
Just sent Paul Diamond crashing into the turnbuckle and then brings him face first down into the canvas. And now Bockwinkel, the champion, has him in a form of the camel clutch, and he's really pulling back on it.
Yeah, he's got that in deep right there, and I'll tell you, I'm surprised. I didn't think Paul Diamond would be able to get out of that one.
Walks right into the big boot now. Another back elbow finding the mark. Back breaker across the knee. Since Bad Company's return here to the AWA, they've kind of sputtered in many ways. They've had some offense and good moments, even a couple of big wins, but for the most part, they've come up short in some of the biggest matches they've had the opportunity to get back into.
Well, you'll notice they're not fighting for the tag team title match. And that's because they haven't been able to put enough wins together to earn one. Like you said, they might win a match here and there, but they're not putting them together, and they're losing as many as they're winning, and that's not going to get you the AWA World Tag Team Championship.
Well, a win right now over Ray Stevens and the World Heavyweight Champion, you'd have to think that would definitely bolster them up in the rankings.
It might indeed, but you know what? You've got Bobby the Brain Heenan outside at ringside. You've got the world champion, as you mentioned, in the ring, and I don't think there's a chance that these two dudes, they had Diamond Dallas Page, and they didn't do right by him, and he walked away from them. Now they don't even have the brain of Diamond Dallas Page, and he is brilliant in his own right.
A lot of people thought that his tag team, Playboy Buddy Rose and Pretty Boy Doug Summers, would be getting this opportunity here at Gold Rush, but it hasn't turned out that way.
Well, you got to be honest right now. The Midnight Express, the hottest tag team in the AWA, bar none. But they've still got to come up with one more big win to punch their ticket for the big dance, so to speak. And I believe they're going to do that here tonight.
Very possible indeed as Ray the Crippler Stevens goes up to the middle rope. Pat Tanaka now dazed in the middle of the ring, and Stevens comes crashing down with that double axe handle right to the forehead. And now going to work on the left knee.
Well, they don't call him Ray the Crippler Stevens because he's a Boy Scout. He will do a lot of damage to a man, and I've seen many, many times where he has left guys laid in the ring where stretchers had to get them back out.
Indeed, Ray the Crippler Stevens does not worry about the opinion of the fans whatsoever. As one of the founding members of the Heenan family here in the AWA. And now, wait a minute. Tanaka now up on the middle rope, and he wants Stevens up. And he comes off that rope with a big chop to the head, and down goes Ray the Crippler Stevens.
Well, he connected with that one. Wow, what a move right there.
Spinning back heel kick, and he definitely caught him with that one, and Stevens not sure where he's at. Queer street, to say the least. Oh, he planted him face first, and he's deep in his own corner.
Whoa, what just happened there? What in the world? He had a 3-count opportunity and he released the hold.
I've got to tell you, I'm as surprised as anybody. And now look at this, Ray the Crippler Stevens able to turn things around. I see a steel chair in the ring.
Well, not sure how that got there.
I've got a pretty good idea.
Now, don't you go starting spreading rumors and stuff like that. You didn't see anything any more than I did. You don't know how it got there.
Well, I can narrow it down to 2 people.
No, you can't. There's a referee there, too. Maybe he decided to put it in. Maybe he was getting tired and wanted to have a seat for a moment.
I highly doubt that, and we just saw Ray the Crippler Stevens use it. Referee didn't see anything.
Well, Bobby the Brain Heenan saw something he wanted. He was probably asking the referee why he brought a chair into the ring. It's a dangerous weapon.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he was doing. You know, sometimes I think you actually believe the things you say.
Well, of course I do. I'm the man who tells it like it is.
Well, on some occasions, perhaps, but I'm not so sure about this one. Paul Diamond now is on the middle rope, and again, waiting. Double axe handle right to the back of the head and neck area of Ray Stevens, and he's been in this match for a very long time.
Yeah, I would agree that Ray Stevens probably needs to make the tag to Nick Bockwinkel at this point.
You know, fans, it should be pointed out, in the main event at Gold Rush, when Nick Bockwinkel puts the AWA title up against the world-class title, neither Ray Stevens nor Bobby the Brain Heenan will be allowed at ringside. If they show up in any way, shape, or form, he will be disqualified and stripped of the AWA title. It will be given to Jerry the King Lawler.
Whoa, there's the pile driver, and it's all over. You're not getting up from that.
That's 2, and here comes 3. It is over. And again, Bad Company cannot get a win streak behind them no matter what.
Well, this is the reason Diamond Dallas Page walked away from them. They've had all these opportunities, but then they keep coming up short.
They had plenty of opportunities in this one. As we take a look back right there, that was a huge opportunity, and I'll still never understand why Pat Tanaka released the hold. Heenan family members victorious. And I would say perhaps Ray Stevens spent as much time in the match as he did because they were protecting Nick Bockwinkel for Tuesday.
Well, hey, if that was it, that's because Bobby the Brain Heenan knew better. He wanted him to get a little bit of work, but did not want to run the risk of injury. And hey, that's why he's the Brain.
All right, fans, we are back once again live from the Showboat here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we have got the complete lineup. We'll be bringing that to you very shortly here tonight. The complete lineup. All matches are now signed for the Gold Rush. And I can tell you one thing right now. This man will be at the Gold Rush.
Well, you're looking at right now the AWA America's champion, King Kong Bundy, took that title away from Sergeant Slaughter, and that's no easy task. Let's just call it like it is. And nobody has been able to do anything to take that title away from the big man.
Well, he'll be defending this title, like I said, Tuesday morning as part of the Gold Rush, and he is going to have his hands full.
Well, who is he going up against?
Well, I've got it right here, but I'm not going to announce it until later on in the show, so you'll just have to wait with everybody else. But I can assure you, it will be the biggest challenge King Kong Bundy has had since he's won the America's Championship.
Are you holding out on me? First off, why would they tell you what it is and not tell me? I'm the man who's supposed to know.
All right, this is a non-title match as he's getting ready to go up against Jake the Milkman Milliman. Bundy throwing Milliman down as if he were nothing. Look at him.
King Kong Bundy near 400 plus pounds. One heck of a big man. And Milliman, not necessarily a small guy either, but he's no match for King Kong Bundy. Let's be realistic.
Well, I'll tell you right now, we're in Vegas. And if I was to go check the odds on this match, I'd have to think Jake Milliman's are very low indeed. Charging clothesline right there by King Kong Bundy. And now the Milkman trying again to follow up after a shot to the midsection. Momentarily stunned Bundy, but he could not follow up with that. Now Bundy once again in control.
I've got to tell you, I'm a little bit surprised that this match is even still going. I thought Bundy would have put him away in 10 seconds or less.
Well, it's not to say that Bundy might not have been able to. Perhaps he just wants the competition, and he maybe just wants to beat this guy up for a little while.
Well, he definitely can if he wants to, because Milliman's not going to be able to do anything about it.
Oh, wait a minute. Bundy just missed. Jake the Milkman Milliman moving out of the way at the last second, and Bundy is stunned.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Milliman didn't do anything. All he did was get out of the way. It's not like he had any offense. He got lucky is what he did. He was a coward at the right time.
Well, that was a smart move on his part to get out of the way. You don't want to take 400 plus pounds in that corner, but now Bundy getting the opportunity and making the most of it. King Kong Bundy once again in control of this match.
King Kong Bundy, I believe, is just about done playing with Jake the Milkman Milliman.
Milliman out on the apron now as King Kong Bundy sizes him up, and now he's going to bring him back in the ring the hard way. Goes for the suplex, and look at Milliman!
Whoa, I thought he was going to suplex him out onto the floor for a moment, which would have been an amazing accomplishment if he could have done it. But look at this, King Kong Bundy one more time. Shakes it off, comes back with some brutality of his own.
Irish whip reverse, and now Milliman comes up with a Thez press, hammering away on the head of the America's champion. Going for a suplex. That didn't happen.
Now, I'm not sure what this guy uses for a brain, but when a man is over 400 pounds, what makes you think you're going to suplex him?
Bundy has him up now, drives him into the canvas with all of that weight crashing down on top of him. Milliman is in trouble. Bundy now with the Irish whip again. Into the ropes he goes. Milliman back out front. Both men just collide. Bundy goes nowhere.
Jake the Milkman Milliman is in trouble, and King Kong Bundy starting to smell blood in the water.
Oh, wait a minute. Milliman with the opportunity right here. He stuns Bundy one more time going into that corner. It looked like he was going to hit him with a big splash. That did not happen.
But look at Bundy, just keeps on coming back. He's like the Terminator. You can't keep him down.
Bundy with a suplex. Oh, he drops him gut first across the top rope.
Well, King Kong Bundy just overseeing the damage. He's absolutely in control, and he knows it.
Milliman now with an Irish whip on Bundy. Drop toe hold and down. Bundy goes face first into the canvas. Now can Milliman do anything with it? No. Arm dragging down he goes.
Wow, big clothesline right there by the America's champion, King Kong Bundy.
Look at this.
Bundy needs to stay out of the corners right now. For some reason, Milliman has an answer every time Bundy goes to the corner.
Well, Bundy's going to try it again. This time it connects. King Kong Bundy getting the best of Milliman now.
Tremendous slam right there by Bundy. Goes for the cover. This match should be over.
Oh, come on now. What is he doing?
Well, you know what? Bundy might think that, I'm not quite done with him yet.
Off the ropes he goes. Big splash, and that should be it. 2 and 3.
Well, you could count to 5 if you wanted to.
There is your winner, the America's champion, King Kong Bundy. And we're going to be finding out a little bit later on in the broadcast today who he's going to be facing at Caesar's Palace as part of Gold Rush.
Right here it was. Bundy looked like the match was over, and then he yanks him up because he's like, no, I've got more to go. And there's the big splash. Nobody gets up from that, much less Jake the Milkman Milliman.
Bundy telling the referee to back away. There he is, the AWA America's champion. Let's see how he handles the challenge he's got coming his way as part of Gold Rush. All right, fans, we are back in the ring at this time. Bob Backlund, and here comes Larry Zbyszko. These two guys have had a difference of opinion and an ongoing feud for over 6 weeks now. Backlund coming out to attack, and Zbyszko backed up by the referee. Now both men going at it outside the ring. This match hasn't even begun yet.
Well, the referee losing control early on, and like you said, the match, well, now it's official. Now the referee's called for the bell, and it's live. These two dudes, I'll tell you right now, they don't like one another. Bob Backlund and Larry Zbyszko have crossed the line. It has been very personal in recent weeks. As great a wrestlers both of these two are, and most of their matches have had a lot of wrestling in it. But I can tell you right now, Bob Backlund is really tired of Larry Zbyszko. Larry Zbyszko never liked Bob Backlund. He looks at him as a goody two-shoes just like I do. But I'll say one thing, he has brought out a little bit of a mean streak in Bob Backlund that I didn't even think he had in him.
Well, indeed, Bob Backlund has decided to fight fire with fire, and he even stated that in a recent interview. He says, I don't want to stoop to his level, but I am not going to lose to a guy who is going to pull shortcuts and cheap shots. He says, I won't be first, but I will match him hold for hold. Backlund, after a big suplex, tries to go for the leg, but that's way too early in the match to pin somebody like Larry Zbyszko.
Yeah, well, Larry Zbyszko, you've got to keep in mind, a former world heavyweight champion. He knows how to win matches. He's not some rookie. He's not somebody like Jake Milliman.
Well, of course, you could say the same thing about Bob Backlund, former world heavyweight champion, held that title for 6 long years. Went up against some of the biggest, toughest names in the world of professional wrestling, and now he's here in the AWA, and he's actually been on quite the win streak.
Yeah, I'll give credit where credit is due. Bob Backlund has won just about probably 85% of his matches here in the AWA, and he's definitely going to be nippered at the heels of whoever is the heavyweight champion after Tuesday.
Now Backlund has got Larry Zbyszko up in the air, going with the airplane spin.
I'm telling you, unless you've been in that one, you don't understand just how bad that is. It will leave you absolutely disoriented. It takes you maybe 30 to 50 seconds just to get your equilibrium back. Very debilitating move, and a lot of people underestimate it.
Oh, Backlund wasting no time. He's got him. The crossface chicken wing is on, and this could be the end of the match.
I can't believe he got it on him this early. Larry Zbyszko's going to have to find a way to fight out of it, and he does.
Larry Zbyszko, hard to believe that he could do it, but he did. Most people do not escape the crossface chicken wing. Zbyszko has tapped out to it in recent weeks. We've seen it happen.
Well, Larry Zbyszko's got to make sure he doesn't allow that to happen again. You don't want to get out of that thing twice. You're lucky to get out of it once.
I would agree wholeheartedly with that one. Fans, we're going to be bringing you the complete lineup for the Gold Rush this Tuesday morning. Right here on this program. Stay with us for the announcements as well as plenty more AWA action. There is only one match we will not be able to announce because we don't know who the opposition will be, and that is for the AWA Tag Team Championship. We know the Nasty Boys will be defending. Will it be the Midnight Rockers or the Midnight Express? We'll know that at the end of tonight.
Yeah, I still think the Midnight Express have their number, and I don't think the Midnight Rockers are going to be able to beat them.
Well, we won't have to guess. We'll know.
I'm not guessing. I'm taking a pretty calculated attack on that one.
Larry Zbyszko from the middle rope, and nobody is home. And now Bob Backlund right there tried to put a forearm in the back, and I don't think that had the impact that he was looking for, as Larry Zbyszko now has got Bob Backlund in the corner. What is he going to do? Perches him up on the top rope. And now Zbyszko setting Bob Backlund up. We'll see what he has in mind here. It's going to be a superplex all the way from the top rope.
All the way from the top rope and down with authority.
Zbyszko goes for the cover, doesn't hook the leg, and Backlund able to get a shoulder up.
Well, that was a mistake, no doubt about it. Larry Zbyszko should know better. He should have hooked that leg. That's the only reason he's not getting his hand raised right now.
All right, fans, one thing I can let you know is during the kickoff show that will take place 30 minutes before the Gold Rush begins, these two men will have the final match in their feud, and it will be 2 out of 3 falls.
2 out of 3 falls to end the feud. Well, that ought to be interesting.
Now from behind, Larry Zbyszko with the atomic knee drop, and Bob Backlund down and maybe out. He's in the corner. He's close to the ropes, and he's able to get out of it.
How ironic. How many times have we seen Bob Backlund use that move to get a win?
Bob Backlund indeed will use the atomic knee drop to his advantage, and he has Matter of fact, won the world title with that move. Pile driver by Larry Zbyszko, and that should be it.
Oh, he's hooked the leg this time, and I don't think there's any way for Backlund to get out.
Indeed he's not. Larry Zbyszko carries the victory into the kickoff show this Tuesday as part of the Gold Rush.
Well, both of these men hold victories over one another. Bob Backlund's winning streak just took a little bit of a bump, but he can make up for it Tuesday.
We take a look back at some of the highlights in this one. We saw Backlund come off the ropes. Zbyszko got a 2 count. There was that atomic knee drop that almost did it, but here it was. That pile driver, and you know it just knocked Backlund out cold. A devastating maneuver. Fans, stay with us because we are about to bring you the announcement that everyone's waiting for, and that is the full card for the Gold Rush this Tuesday here on the Nation Network. All right, wrestling fans, Ken Resnick with you, and here we go. Here is the card that will take place this Tuesday here on the Nation Network. It is the AWA Gold Rush. We will see the UWF Heavyweight title defended as Rick Steiner defends the title against Bam Bam Bigelow.
Well, that's a big match right there. I'm looking forward to that one. We've gone out and we've got into other territories and had them bring their champions to us.
Well, that's not going to be the only one because the NWA U.S. champion, Magnum TA, will be defending his title against Mr. Saito.
Another tremendous match.
The one we've been waiting for, the Cobra Corps going up against the Allied Powers in the boot camp match. This is it.
This will be the final meeting between the two teams. One will remain.
As we mentioned earlier, the Nasty Boys will be defending the AWA Tag Team Champions. We don't know, will it be the Midnight Rockers or the Midnight Express? We'll find out later tonight. And then I mentioned earlier, King Kong Bundy will be in action defending the AWA America's Championship. His opponent will be Stan the Lariat Hansen.
Whoa. Now you want to talk a battle of the Titans. That's going to be one right there for the record book.
The AWA Television Championship is on the line. Kurt Hennig puts it up once again against the man who beat down his father several weeks ago, Bam Bam, Terry Gordy. That is the AWA TV title. And then, of course, our main event. It is title versus title, 2 out of 3 falls. It is the AWA champion, Nick Bockwinkel, against the world-class heavyweight champion, Jerry Lawler. One of those two men will be walking out with not one, but 2 championships on Tuesday.
And let's not forget the stipulation. No member of the Heenan family is allowed to be ringside or else.
That's right. If Bobby the Brain Heenan or Ray the Crippler Stevens in any way, shape, or form shows up at ringside, they will automatically see Nick Bockwinkel stripped of the AWA title. And it will go to Jerry Lawler.
Well, that's a great card of professional wrestling, and I will not miss that one for anything.
That'll be starting at 2 o'clock a.m. 2 o'clock a.m. Tuesday morning this week, Eastern Standard Time. Set your watches, set your clocks, and your alarms. You won't want to miss the live action for this one. Man entering the ring at this time, the Mad Dog, Maurice Vachon.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the Mad Dog Vachon, he comes from a special kind of breed, you know. You look at him and you kind of figure he's got a couple of loose screws, but then you watch him in the ring and you know.
And here comes his opposition. The Phenom, the Superfly, Jimmy Snuka.
Well, the Superfly, I tell you right now, one of the all-time greats.
The native of Fiji. The man who made high-flying wrestling an art form that it is today. You look at this match right now, both of these guys are not easy to control. The referee is going to be earning his money here tonight, no doubt about that.
Now I'd have to second that one. And fans, we remind everyone, the Nation Network recently expanded and we've invaded Twitch. Join us on the Twitch Network. The address right there on the bottom of your screen. Click that little heart logo and follow us for all the updates and the broadcasts.
If you haven't been watching Rise Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, you are missing something special. Keep in mind, with Twitch, videos will only stay up for 14 days, so you're going to have to watch them quickly before they're gone. Vachon now going to work on the Superfly, and Jimmy Snuka with a back elbow right in the midsection.
Yeah, he caught him, he dazed him, and then hit him with that running neck breaker. Oh, look at this, going to the eyes. That's a blatant rule violation. The referee's doing nothing about it.
Well, we mentioned earlier on that neither of these men is very easy to control. Let's be honest. Mad Dog Maurice Vachon will do a lot worse than rake the eyes before this match is over.
You don't know that. You can't presume the man. What is this, preemptive enforcement of the policy? We don't know that he's going to do anything tonight. He hasn't done anything wrong up till now.
Well, he's got a track record a mile long, and I'd be absolutely stunned to see him enter and exit this match wrestling a clean match.
Boy, I'll tell you what. You'd make one hell of a prosecutor, wouldn't you? You'd have guys going up in the chair before they've even committed a crime. You'd have some guy that broke the speed limit by 5 miles, and you'd be strapping him into old Sparky.
Vachon with control for the moment, but then Snuka with a back body drop evens things up for the moment. And now the Mad Dog dropping that elbow down into the pectoral region of Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Look at you breaking out the big words. Congratulations. Somebody got you a medical dictionary or something.
Now back out onto the floor, which is kind of ironic. That's where this one began. Vachon hammering down with the fist of fury into the head of Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Snuka laid out on the floor. Look at this. Vachon off the top rope all the way down 15 plus feet.
And he caught him with that fist right in the head.
Now driving the elbow into the throat area, and Snuka is in trouble. And as I told you earlier, it was only a matter of time as he chokes Snuka out, and he thinks he's got him beat.
Well, he might have him beaten. By the way, that was retribution. Snuka's the one that started going to the eyes first. What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Vachon now sizing up his opposition. He's got Snuka in trouble, and we saw the pile driver earlier tonight and what that did.
Well, Snuka also happens to have a series of neck injuries.
Hooks the leg, does Vachon, gets one, he gets two, and again the pile driver does someone in.
Wow, 2 matches in a row where the pile driver puts them out cold. The devastation of that move cannot be underestimated.
Not underestimated nor understated. It is an absolutely devastating match-ending maneuver, as we've seen twice in a row here tonight.
Well, there it was right there. Watch Snuka. Watch him. He shoots out of there like a cannonball, compressing all the vertebrae in his neck.
Well, that'll do a hell of a job on the cervix right there, and Snuka not moving yet. We may need medical attention for the Superfly.
I believe we're going to. He's not moving. You're right.
There's your winner, the Mad Dog. Fans will be back with more right after this, as well as a word on the condition of Superfly Jimmy Snuka. All right, fans, here's the main event. One of these teams is going to go on to the Gold Rush on Tuesday to challenge the Nasty Boys for the AWA World Tag Team Championship. The question is, which team will it be?
Well, I've got my money right now on the Midnight Express. They've got Paulie dangerously in their corner, and I just don't think those pretty boys have what it takes to win a match like this with so much on the line.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's look at this for a moment, and let's presume your pick is correct. Let's say the Midnight Express find a way to win this match here tonight. Who do you like between the Midnight Express and the Nasty Boys?
Well, that's even money. That's 50-50, and I don't do 50-50 bets. It wouldn't surprise me either way. I think the Nasty Boys are a tough, bad team, and I think the Midnight Express are pretty bad, too. They may possess a little bit more wrestling knowledge, whereas the Nasty Boys rely more on the back alley style of wrestling.
Well, here come the former AWA Tag Team Champions, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, the Midnight Rockers.
Well, for my money, this is almost a must-win situation for these two guys. If they don't win this match, you got to know they're going way down the ladder of the tag team division.
Well, it's a possibility, no doubt about that, but I wouldn't necessarily take that as a given.
I think I would.
All right, there's the bell. Action underway right in the middle of the ring. They meet. Dennis Condrey starting things off, as is Shawn Michaels for his team, and respectively in the middle of the ring right now, Michaels with the early on advantage. Driving a knee to the side of the head. Condrey and Randy Rose referring to themselves as the original Midnight Express. We see Paul E. dangerously in their corner, the Psycho Yuppie.
Yeah, that's a title not only that he's earned, but he really likes it. And he lives up to it. You know what? He's a shrewd businessman, as you see right there, distracting Shawn Michaels because he's mentally inferior, Shawn Michaels is.
Well, I don't know about that, but Dennis Condrey definitely taking advantage of the opportunity, and right now Shawn Michaels on the receiving end of the punishment. Oh, now Shawn Michaels firing back with an offense of his own. Big right hand leading up to the Russian leg sweep, and down goes Condrey.
Well, Randy Rose outside the ring, not real happy with that one.
Let's keep in mind the Midnight Express in recent weeks have had an in-ring falling out. Paul E. Dangerously came out and explained what happened in recent times, both through our Twitter account, which you can follow us on at Invasion Nation, as well as an in-ring promo that he cut a week ago.
Well, I think Paul E. Dangerously summed it up perfectly, and it's exactly what I felt at the time. Even family fight occasionally, but at the end of the day, you're still family.
Randy Rose, now the legal man in the ring, getting ready, waiting on Shawn Michaels. Randy Rose, look at that move right there. The elbow striking Shawn Michaels in the head.
Randy Rose doing a good job right now of keeping Michaels grounded, at least for the moment.
Well, he was, but now Michaels back on his feet. Randy Rose do himself a lot of good to keep Shawn Michaels down, because the high flyer gets a lot of his offense from jumping and rebounding off those ropes. You can't do that when you're on your back.
No, you can't, but right now Marty Jannetty's in there, and he just got face planted into the canvas.
Marty Jannetty is in trouble. Working the arm. Jannetty goes up and he slips out the back door, and now look at that move. Ravishing Randy Rose just got driven head first into the canvas, and he's in trouble. Jannetty now with a senton.
Well, the Midnight Rockers right now have things going their way, and that's good for them, but I still don't know that they've got enough in the tank to put this team out.
What a move right there. Flapjack, double team, nicely executed. Shawn Michaels, springboard, but he missed the target.
Goes to hook the leg anyway. I don't know if that's enough, though. No. Perhaps if he would have hit the springboard, that might have been, but we'll never know now, will we?
No, indeed we won't, because Shawn Michaels missed his target, but now still in control. Super kick, and Randy Rose just went down.
See, Michaels is showing everything that I expected to see, which is a lack of decision-making. That was the opportunity to go for a big cover.
Double super kick right there by the Midnight Rockers. They've won a lot of matches with this one. Hooks the leg, does Jannetty. Will it be enough?
Save made by Dennis Condrey, and I told you, at the end of the day, they're still family.
Shawn Michaels sends Condrey hard into the steel ring post. Marty Jannetty almost had the cover. The Midnight Rockers really in control at this point in time, and now Marty Jannetty sizing him up. The Rocker Dropper, there it is.
Oh.
He busted him wide open with that one. There's two. The Midnight Rockers are going to the Gold Rush.
Paulie Dangerously right now is absolutely beside himself.
You have to wonder how the Midnight Express are going to handle the most recent loss. There's that double super kick. And watch this right here, that Rocker Dropper, and Randy Rose busted wide open. The blood flowing down the forehead. Fans to follow up, we understand that Superfly Jimmy Snuka is being taken to the hospital for evaluations. He was conscious, but they did stretcher him out following the big pile driver at the hands of the Mad Dog Maurice Vachon. If we have any more updates on his condition, we will bring them to you on Twitter. And again, you can follow us at Invasion Nation. We will see you Tuesday morning, 2 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it will be the Gold Rush live from Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada. For Jesse the Body, this is Ken Resnick saying so long, everyone.